Greetings, my fellow freeloaders and sovereign thinkers. This is LL3's newest podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful swampy mangoes of South Florida. And today's date, June 15th, 2015. Yeah, this is just an addendum from the whole Bush announcement that he's running for the president of the United States. And if you heard the show earlier, everyone's manifesting, foaming at the mouth and going, "Let's go, Jeb! Let's go, Jeb!" Then some people start heckling and talking smack and calling him out. And we have one gentleman here, is a good friend of mine, who got tossed off the entire public property of the Miami-Dade Community College South. He's no other than Mr. Scott Kuhene. So, Mr. Kuhne, in your own words, how did this all occur?
Well, I RSVP'd for this event and came in, found my seat on time. Everything was fine. Basically, in his little prepared speech, which I couldn't read, by the way, on the teleprompter in front of him that was visible to me. But in his speech, he was basically complaining that if Hillary was elected, that it would just be more of the same with a different name. At which point I yelled out, well, we don't need 4 more years of Bush either, which definitely got the attention of some of the people around me. The guy to my left started trying to elbow me, so I had to elbow him back. And the guy below me had said something to me as well. I had my little earphones in, my little headset for my phone there at the time. He says, "Oh, take these things out of your ears so you can hear what you're saying, what I'm saying," in other words. Whatever that was supposed to mean, I don't know. But anyway, he continued. He announced he was running for president and claimed he was going to bring back free trade and free enterprise, free markets to this country. So I asked him a question at that point, because I was only about 30 feet away from him, which was, how are you going to do that? Is that through secret trade agreements like the TPP, which he has been promoting shamelessly all over to anyone that would listen? At which point, there was someone in my row, about 3 seats down to the left, who apparently was security for this event that was planted there to prevent, people from speaking their minds there. And he started to push me out into the end of the aisle. I was the second seat over. The people around me were all going nuts at this point, and the private security apparently, as well as campus police, were there and started escorting me out. So I was basically walking by myself up out of the auditorium, and I said, "Hail to the police state," and cheered and walked out as all the various uniformed clowns were swarming in on me.
All right.
They dragged me out of there. They weren't really sure what to do with me. Consulted with each other. They said they had a picture of me, so they were taking me out of the actual auditorium. They attempted to put my hands behind my back, searched through my pockets, started asking me questions, got my identification from me, and basically were trying to find any reason or excuse to arrest me that they could. At one point, I heard the campus police talking to the local cops who were there and met me outside of the actual auditorium, what they should do with me, and basically they indicated that they would just get me off the property and cut me loose. They did ask me if I'd ever been arrested before, and they also told me this wasn't the right forum to ask a question. And I explained to them, well, I highly doubt that he's going to answer a random question from the audience. So I just asked a question, and this is how that all transpired. I did explain to them how he had been promoting TPP, and that would cost this country millions of jobs. So that was pretty much it. At that point, they just tried to find out where where I was parked or what I was doing. I just told them I was with friends and I was walking, and I walked off the property and waited for the event then. And that was pretty much the size of it. That's more or less what happened. They didn't tase me or mace me or any of that, so that's good. I didn't fight them back or anything. There was at least a half dozen of these people around me at the time, so it was, it was pretty sad to see the secret police, so to speak, there in the stands, ready to jump on somebody like they did me. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, it's a real shame because you did try to make those statements, and people get offended. So, I want to investigate you for offending the candidates. Like you are not entitled to speak the truth. You're gonna hurt someone's feelings. That's like a thought criminal,
Right.
And it's so funny because I did record. I should have had it on camera, but when I recorded, he was at the lunch truck after the event. And I asked him, do you support an empire? And he did nod it yes. And some people saw that. I'm like, you see that? he supports an empire. So all those folks are going, let's go, Jeb. Let's go, Jeb. You say, to me, you're just saying, bend over, like bow down to the king,
Right.
The king of dings, I would say.
Right.
But so to me, Jeb is just another bellboy,
Right.
to the one world order. Do you agree with that?
Well, yeah, I see he pushes the same things Obama pushes, so it tells me they basically have the same boss. And I don't see really much difference between the two. But, you brought up a good point with the thought police, because the way these police, or whatever they were, talking to me there outside the auditorium, it almost sounded to me like they said, yeah, we have free speech, but you really can't use it, or you really shouldn't use it in this manner, and so forth. So basically, they were kind of saying, I wish there was no Bill of Rights, so we could, stuff you in a car and take you out into the Everglades.
And I think one day, everyone who's pro-free speech should make buttons of "I love Mao Tse-tung," and everyone that gives you a hard time for speaking your mind in good faith at these functions or on the street, if they give you a hard time, just give them those buttons as a gift. Here you go. Here's to your mentor. I love Mao Tse-tung. That'd be a good idea. What do you say about that?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I almost blurted out there myself that he's about as conservative as Mao Tse-tung.
Yeah.
We're going out about what a conservative guy he was.
All right, exactly. So like you said, anything else for the audience for the future?
Well, if you're going to go to any Jeb events this year while he's pandering for votes, be prepared to be harassed by security, and if you're going to blurt something out, make sure you chain yourself to the nearest objects that can't drag you away.
Actually, you should talk about it. Should be for all the events, all the presidential candidacy functions. That'd be the best way, whether it's Hillary, Ben Carson, or Bernie Sanders. It doesn't matter. But I think everyone should start really just going out there and not get angry with them, but spew it out with love, because you drive them more crazy, especially at these luncheons. Because like I told my people in my audience in the show, around 2011, September 2011, I bullhorned Rick Perry and asked him how it feel being a bend over Bob to the New World Order. But I did not use any, wasn't angry with them or anything like that. That would be too good. So I remember what David Icke says the best. You have to ridicule these people and use it with finesse and love. That'd be the best medicine, because that drives them a lot more insane when you think about it. So that's it for now. What do you think about that, Scott? Any last words?
Well, I will just say that if Jeb Bush becomes our next president, it's not going to be a good thing for this country. It's going to be more of the same of what we saw under Bush Jr. and Obama. So you're better off really looking at somebody outside of the Republican Party, in my opinion, if you really want to have a voice in this election.
Absolutely, and like I tell folks too in the early events, like you don't vote for the president. It's only vote for the vice president is just an endorsement. It goes to electoral college. So, all right, dear Scott, I thank you for your time, and I'm glad you just felt better, at least you got the guts to speak your mind. And like I did, I think it was interesting because you've done your thing and I've done mine, and they're pretty effective one way or the other, especially when I asked Jeb Bush, you supported an empire, he looked out, nodded his head, yes, and the Jeb Bush supporters looked, the young people, I'm like, if Hillary would have done the same thing, and that's a fact. So, all right, folks, that's it for now. And always, you got to be vigilant when it comes to these things. Don't follow the hype. Don't be like some religious disciple when it comes to these figureheads. So that's it for now. I said it too many times. So please feel free to download and share this throughout your social media network. If you have any questions, comments, recommendations, love letters, hate letters, compliments, criticisms, please always use it with decorum. You can hit me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Spreaker, and send your comments to iHeartRadio. Or you can email me at LokiLuck3, or just the number 3 altogether, at gmail.com. Always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.